Alex, we have a very good movie to talk about today, in my opinion, and that I'm excited to talk about. We're going to be talking about Sinners.
Yes, I'm very excited to talk about this.
Yeah, you recommended to watch it, and I'm very glad you did because, yeah, it's going to be fun to talk about.
Yeah, and it's one of those where like I literally saw 0 trailers for this movie.
Yeah, I saw like one tiny little trailer, and it wasn't even the full thing. So yeah, it was nice to go in without any preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we're going to be talking about the finale of Daredevil Born Again, and then the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us Season 2. And then after that, we're going to be playing a Guess the Game and probably talking about Oblivion and maybe the Switch 2, some other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be our episode for today. So, let's get on into it. Let's talk about Sinners, the new movie from Ryan Coogler with Michael B. Jordan. So we're going to be giving our overall thoughts without any spoilers, and then we'll give a spoiler warning before we get into it. But Alex, do you want to go ahead and start with your thoughts on Sinners?
Sure, yeah. Kind of like you mentioned before, spoiler alert, I freaking love it. I know we mentioned it, but I didn't see any trailers. I didn't know anything about it. I did know one thing about it, which I guess is like, I almost wish I didn't know, like what. I'll explain in spoilers, but there's one thing I did know, which I think I texted it to when I texted it to you, I mentioned it.
Yep.
But I almost wish I didn't even know that. But it didn't ruin the experience. I still loved it. But so I knew nothing about, like, I just didn't know. And I loved it so much. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I originally was like 9 out of 10. But I was thinking about this movie for days after I watched it. So like, to me, it's a 10 out of 10. For my enjoyment, I could see there's a couple things that I thought could have been better. But that being said, I know saying that contradicts my 10 out of 10. But that being said, like I still think it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, even those minor things, I loved it. And there's one scene in particular. My God, it was amazing. Yes. I can't wait to talk about that thing.
I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm similar. I was between a 9 or a 10, and I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, what is it that would give it a 9? I couldn't come up with really anything that would bring it down to a 9. I loved it. I'm going to give it a 10 also. I thought it was the best movie I've seen this year. Mm-hmm. The music in this movie is incredible. It totally makes the movie.
It's like its own character, really.
Yeah, it really is. It does start off kind of slow, but I personally liked it. It really like got me to understand the characters and learn about them and all the little intricacies. So it was kind of a slow burn at first, but I enjoyed it every step of the way. And then the performances were great. Like Michael B. Jordan was incredible. But all of the performances were good. They did a really, Haley Steinfeld was great. The Preacher Boy,
the main guy, was good. And this is his first movie, like ever.
That's crazy. He did a really good job.
I know, like he did great, and this is literally his first freaking movie.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, I didn't know that. So I'm like, oh, dang,
yeah, I saw that after.
Good job.
Yeah, no kidding. And then, there's one scene that just blew me away. I've been thinking about it. It was a cool take on the genre and very well executed, and I really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. Best movie this year so far.
I agree. Ryan Coogler, the director, he did Black Panther and Creed.
Yep.
I don't know if you ever saw Creed.
I never saw Creed, no.
But his directing was really good, and just kind of had that like I don't know, like a Tarantino / like Jordan Peele kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it definitely did. I agree with both of those. Yep.
And one other movie, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a spoiler. But I literally don't want to spoil a single thing about this movie.
Yeah. Should we just get into spoilers then?
Yeah, go see it. You won't regret it. And it's listed as a horror movie, but in my opinion, it's not really a horror movie.
Yeah, it's
more of like a thriller, I guess.
Yeah, with a lot of character moments. Yep.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a big horror fan anymore, but like, and this wasn't scary. So,
Yeah. All right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, if you haven't seen anything about it, go see it. Don't look up any trailers. Just enjoy the movie. It was really fun going in without having anything spoiled. It was a good experience. So let's get into spoilers. So spoiler alert for Sinners. And I have it up on the screen.
Okay. So your wife didn't want to go see this?
No, she did not. She saw the little bit of the trailer that it was like a YouTube and you could skip it, like a YouTube ad and you could skip it. So we saw like a few seconds of it and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to see this." So
she's missing out, man.
Yeah. I do think the trailer, even though I went back and watched it because I was curious, I don't think it really gives away that much, which is good. I'm glad when trailers don't do that. So yeah, that's good.
I didn't even know, like, all I saw was this poster and I saw that as a vampire movie.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I didn't even know this was set in the 1930s. Like, I had no clue the time period. I literally knew like nothing except for Michael B. Jordan and vampires.
Yeah, I think I saw
I'm like, okay, I'll go see that.
Yeah, I think I saw the Tommy gun scene, so I knew it was I thought it was around that time, but I didn't know it was vampires. I knew it was some kind of creature, but they didn't really give away that it was vampires in the trailer. So
yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. But I think you hit on the nail, man. The music.
Oh, the music's
so good in this.
Yep.
Like, all of it. What's up?
Did you see who did the music? It's the same guy who did the Mandalorian intro and the music.
What's his name?
Ludwig Göransson or something like that.
I didn't see that. I didn't know he did the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
How did I not know that? Maybe I didn't know that.
He did Oppenheimer, Black Panther, but I'm pretty sure he did the Mandalorian.
So I definitely recognize the name.
Yeah, he did. He did at least the opening theme. I don't know if he did the whole show, but
and I love that opening theme.
Yeah, it's a good one. He's good, apparently.
But yeah, the music it elevated this movie for me. It's such a cool concept of, like, music, someone having like soulful, true music, bringing people together, but also kind of attracting, monsters.
Yeah, and like transcending time. That was a really cool theme of like bringing all the souls of all the different time periods together, and attracting the vampire. That was a really cool idea.
Yeah, like, it's just a cool concept. And then, like you said, so like it's kind of split into two halves. Like, I feel like the first half of the movie is more of like a time period kind of piece, and which isn't a bad thing. Like, you'd think, oh, I'm going to a vampire movie, but you don't really see vampires until an hour or so into the movie.
Yeah, like halfway through, it seemed like.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad thing. Like, it was interesting. The characters were interesting enough without the vampires.
Yeah.
And then Michael B. Jordan, like you said, I almost forgot he was playing twins.
I didn't know that.
Two different actors.
Yeah, I didn't know that going into the movie, and he did a really good job with that.
I know. You forget when you're watching, like, oh wow, like it's one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like how they kind of did the colors, red and blue.
Yeah, helped to separate them, and he did a good job of giving them each such a distinct personality. Smoke more of the serious one and watching over everything, and then Stack more of the laid back, having fun kind of person. Yeah, exactly. That has to be hard, playing the like two different characters so differently.
Yeah, especially the scenes where they're talking to each other.
Yeah,
it's like.
And like they're like passing cigarettes back and forth, and like I didn't notice at all like how do they do that so well? That was good.
I don't know. I think some scenes, obviously they split the screen. I think some scenes they did like like threw his face on a body, like another actor.
It never pulled me out of the movie though. Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, isn't it weird how they do that when they don't like hire twins to do it? They do an actor.
Yeah. Well, it worked in this one. He did a good job.
It was like same thing with Parent Trap with like Lindsay Lohan.
That's true.
But even the new guy, what did I say his name was? Miles Catton, I think, or Caton.
Okay, yeah.
His first movie. He's like the main character, really.
Yeah, and he did
his
great.
voice was great.
Yeah, for sure.
The music was great. The acting was great. Like I would have never known this was his first movie.
Yeah, agreed.
You're right. All the characters, all the actors, good. Haley Steinfeld.
Yep, Haley Steinfeld. That was an interesting character to me. It was having because like now she's pretty white passing, but back then like she would be considered black because she's a quarter black, and there was even a line where the vampires were like, "Why is she in there?" And it had a lot of interesting race stuff where which I didn't expect going in to see a vampire movie how much it focused on that. But I mean, with the time period, it makes total sense.
And also with like the Irish vampires, it is an interesting concept. Like, oh, we don't care. Like you could be whatever.
Yeah,
we're all family. It's like luring them. Like you live in a racist world. Join us, vampires. We don't care. We're all together. It was interesting.
Yeah, I feel like he did a pretty good job, the main Irish vampire guy, of like putting out some arguments that some people could be like, yeah, I see that. Like, he was an interesting bad guy. I enjoyed him.
He was interesting. Yeah, I do want to talk about the vampires. So first, I want to go through the other actors. What's her name? Who played his love? Not
Annie?
Smoke's. No.
Yeah.
Smoke's love interest. What's her name? Or
Annie.
Sorry, Annie. Okay, that was her name, Annie.
Well, are you talking about Haley Steinfeld or the other lady?
The other lady.
Yeah, it was Annie. It's Wunmi Mosaku, the like witchy lady who knew all about it. Yeah.
I thought she did great too.
Yeah. And I loved there was one part in the movie where she's like, okay, we're dealing with vampires. And I loved how everybody else was just like, yep, I agree. Like nobody was like, what? That's not real. Like everybody's like, okay, I see it.
Even that one guy is like, or I think some of them said it like, I wouldn't believe it, but I saw it. I see it. So it's true. I didn't believe in vampires, but I do now.
Yep. Yeah, she was a cool character.
And she was kind of the one that, knew the lore of the monster. Like, 'cause she's like a good witch, I guess you could say.
The voodoo lady or something. Yeah, she was doing some spells earlier on in the movie.
But they tied like, with Smoke. That was Smoke's, right?
That was Smoke, yeah.
Wife or ex-wife, or current wife. I don't know.
Or just love interest or something, yeah.
Or love interest. They lost a child. So you had that, kind of side story that kind of fleshed out Smoke's character. Probably why he's hardened a little bit. So they gave each twin, like you said, and it's Haley Steinfeld, with what's the other twin's name?
Stack.
Stack, that's right, Smokestack.
They're the Smokestack twins, yep.
Yeah, that's right. Haley Steinfeld's character is interesting too, because it gave Stack like a, he loves her, but he doesn't want to hurt her kind of thing.
The like protect her by not being with her kind of feeling. Yep.
Yeah. And who played what was the guy's name? The big guy's name who was guarding the door?
Cornbread.
Yeah, Cornbread. He was cracking me up.
Yeah, he was funny.
Cornbread was funny. That's right, Cornbread. And then the other guy was pretty funny too. The harmonica.
Yeah.
The harmonica.
Delta Slim is what it says his name is here.
Yeah, he kind of had the comedic parts too. But then there was a scene when they're driving in that car and he was telling that story. I thought that was a really good scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the story. It was along the lines of what they God, I can't get the...
That was the scene where...
You know what scene I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
they're driving and then he starts singing the blues just out of nowhere. Or like he's telling a story and then he just starts singing blues. That was a good scene. And I heard that... I think I saw an interview that wasn't scripted. He just started doing that because it felt right and they just went along with it. And that was a good scene. I liked that a lot.
Even better, yeah.
Yeah, because it really shows how much the hurt that they go through was put into the blues and how that like transforms the music. And that was really good.
Yeah, that whole first hour or so, like I was just... Since I didn't know what this movie was necessarily about, like I knew it was a vampire movie, but I almost kind of forgot like an hour in. I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be like, maybe they'll just be like a vampire shows up at the end or something. I don't know. Cause it was like an hour or so in and there's no vampires.
I know. I like kind of I was just like along for the ride. Like all these characters are cool. I'm just along for the ride. I don't know where this is going, but man, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. And then that scene hit where, the vampire runs up to that house and let me in. And that was a scene where it kind of shifted.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish I saw more of those like Indian vampire hunter dudes.
Those Native Americans, that was so funny to me that they were chasing the vampire and then it got dark and they're like, okay, bye. And then you just never see them again. It's like, those are the smartest people in this movie.
They're smart. Yeah, they really thought they were going to show up again. Like I thought the Native Americans were going to show up again, and they didn't.
They did not. Like we're hunkering down for the night.
Yeah, they're like, don't let, or if he's in there with you. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that scene. That was the first scene where I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. This is, I guess, what they mean about vampires, because it's been an hour since I haven't seen a vampire. And then I noticed in that scene, like. Also, the music changed a little bit. Like whenever you see the vampires, it's more of like the electric guitar, like like I don't know how to explain it. It sounds like a typical vampire
like
music,
darker and kind
of like a rock. Like that was terrible, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I want to get to so the whole first half of the movie is the twins are back in town. They're getting a group together to throw kind of like a party, right?
Yeah, they're opening a juke joint.
Yeah, juke joint.
They buy
the whole first half.
They buy that like mill or whatever it is from that one guy and get people together to open up the juke joint.
So it's almost like hey, that's where Preacher Boy came in because he could play guitar.
Yep.
They picked up the other people, Cornbread to be the bouncer, and
Delta Slim
so it was really
play the piano, and harmonica.
So it was like almost like the whole movie takes place in one night, in 24 hours.
Yep.
Which is interesting. So it definitely is a slow burn.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, once they hit the juke, what is it called? The juke joint?
Juke joint, yeah.
That was kind of like the main hub point for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and that was where the best scene in the movie happened.
Oh god, yeah. I know we haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that scene. So,
dude, I'll let you go first.
So yeah, they're all at the juke joint, and then they have Preacher Boy start playing, and man, it was like the scene was one shot. It felt like there was probably some cuts in there hidden, but like it felt like one shot, and then it just like started bringing in all these other. He connected the souls of his ancestors and brought in all these like different musicians from different time periods, and it like going through all of them. One guy playing the electric guitar. It transitions to like I don't know, Chinese dancers. And man, the music in that scene was so good. And the visuals were awesome. Everybody was just like dancing, having a good time. It was such a cool scene to see, that like combination of all those different types of music and how it blended it all. It was so good.
Dude, I 100% agree. That theater was pretty packed.
Yeah, and mine too.
I saw it during the week on like a Tuesday, and it was packed. And man, dude, when that scene came on, it started off, with him singing, and it started doing all that. Like I've never I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen a scene like that ever before. Like,
yeah, it was crazy.
And the whole theater was just glued onto that screen. Like you said, the one shot, and bringing people together, from the past and the future. And yeah, it was just, I don't know how to explain it, dude. I've thought about that scene so much since I've seen the movie.
I know. I want to see it again. It was that good.
I was gonna say, like, that scene by itself is worth the freaking price of admission.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was like a 3.5-4 minute scene too. It wasn't like it was just like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then it transitioned, like it starts showing the whole thing like burning down, and you see the vampires watching, and the main bad vampire is like, you can tell he's like drawn in by this music, and that's where that's how they find them. And yeah, it was like the impetus for the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah, that scene. The second that scene played, I was like, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I was trying to like be like, oh, maybe it's a 9 out of 10. I'm like, no, it's a 10 out of 10. Because everything before that was great too.
Yeah, it was.
And you're right. I liked how that scene kind of transitioned to, the vampires come from their point of view, like seeing it burning down, and they're just attracted, like it said in the beginning, you attract demons.
Yep. And it's interesting that the vampires want to like steal their music, because he does talk a big game about how, like, he gave that one speech we talked about earlier, how they steal all the stuff from you, but like the vampire's trying to do it too. He's trying to steal Sammy so that he can use that music for himself to connect to his, his ancestors. People. So yeah, it's interesting.
Which that is interesting. There. When he said that, yeah, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So he wants, that makes sense why, demons or vampires or someone would be attracted to, in this lore, why they'd be attracted to musicians like that. Because you can really bring in past and future. Obviously, vampires are thousands of years old.
And it's talked about how their like souls are trapped on the earth. And so like being able to get souls or whatever it does from his past or something would be, I could see how that would be pretty enticing.
Yeah, and I love, like, this is skipping, we can go back to this, but like, I don't know if you stayed for like that mid-credit scene.
Yes, I did.
It really tied back into that too, in a sense of Stack. Stack. Yep. Yeah, he wanted to hear him play one last time. Like we said, the vampires can, or he can bring in. I'm surprised they didn't show
smoke or something.
They didn't show any like smoke or any like ancestors or anything around during it. But I think it was more subtle. Like,
yeah.
But sorry, what were you gonna say?
I guess we can talk about the ending later, but I definitely want to hear your thoughts on the ending, because I really enjoyed the ending. But like after that, what did you think of the actual vampire part of the movie?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's crazy, because I actually would have been. This could have easily been like no vampires and just like a them versus like the KKK or something. True. Like, it didn't even need to be a vampire movie. Yeah, but I freaking loved it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the vampires and the actors who played it. They were creepy and interesting, and I love the way like their eyes almost looked like metal or something.
Yeah, their eyes looked really cool.
Yeah, and like the scenes, like when Haley Steinfeld, I know we're bouncing around, but when Haley Steinfeld's character goes out there, the way they play with like the darkness, you can't really see their eyes in that scene until he pretty much just ruling.
It's too late. Yeah.
And even like when she's walking back and you just see him like freaking jump. I was like, oh,
yeah,
dang.
fly up. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the vampires. I do think, like I said, if I had like one, it's not even a criticism. It's just, so like this movie, a lot of people have compared to From Dusk Till Dawn. I don't know if you've seen that.
I think I did a long time ago. Yeah.
But it's like, the first half is one thing and the second half is vampires. So the only thing I think that movie does better is I think the action's better. Like the vampire fighting is better.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to have a minor critique, like I think that the end fight could have been better.
Yeah. I get that.
That being said, like, it didn't deter from the movie at all for me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it was very chaotic, but I feel like that was kind of on purpose, like a choice. And it did work for me, but I could see how some people, I mean, it would be cool to see more of the vampires fighting and see what they can do and stuff, but I don't think this movie needed it. It wasn't necessarily about that.
No, and exactly. Like, I was just saying, like, people like the vampire slaying, like Buffy or like From Dusk Till Dawn, they freaking, I don't know if you remember it, but they're slaying like 20, 30 vampires. It's just different, but this isn't that kind of movie. I know what you mean. So that's why I didn't dock it a point or anything, because I don't think that was the purpose, is to be like goofy like that.
And I liked how they really stuck to some of the vampire lore, like how they have to be invited inside, and that's how they figured out. Like those scenes were funny, like Cornbread's been bit and he's like trying to get through and asking to come in, and she's just like, well, why can't you just push past him? And then they all realize, like, oh man, he's a vampire.
Folks, like, you've been in and out all night and you haven't asked us to come in.
Yep, smart.
Why are you asking now? Yeah. But yeah, I thought the last little bit was great, and then I thought it was kind of clever how the vampires used Haley Steinfeld, because obviously they're going to let her in.
Yep.
And after they bit and changed her, and then I mean, if you're a Haley Steinfeld fan, you'll like this movie. Yeah,
she was good.
And obviously it's like a vampire movie, so it's like a little sexual.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some scenes with Haley Steinfeld, so if you like her, there, because she goes in and obviously seduces Stack.
Yep.
And I actually did not expect him to like turn that quick.
Yeah, and then having Smoke have to deal with that and like reconcile that he's gone, and that was tough.
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting one of the twins to already like die, quote unquote. Then and there.
And Haley Steinfeld is the vampire. Like after she bites Stack, and then they come in, her line of like, "We're gonna kill every single one of y'all," or whatever she says. Like she delivered that, and she's like dripping in blood. It was creepy. Yeah. She gets shot and then just runs off. Yep.
And then, so pretty much after that, they're pretty much stuck in the barn that they had bought, and deciding what to do, to wait it out or not. And then
there was a funny scene in there where they find a guy who they think's been bit, but then they throw him out, and then they just realize that he was just drunk and spilled wine. That was pretty funny.
Like,
poor guy.
Freaking cornbread darting over there.
Yeah.
And then what's her face? She let her husband out to go get the car, right?
Yes.
So then obviously he turned into a vampire, and then those conversations by a door are just all interesting, trying to get them to invite him in.
Yep.
They threatened, apparently once you're turned into a vampire, you're the leader, they could all know each other's thoughts and minds, so they use that against, I don't remember the lady's name, like, we'll go give your daughter a visit.
Yeah.
If you don't let us in, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's rough. and then they have everyone, since they think that one person's been bitten, they have everyone eat garlic, and none of them are turned.
No.
And then that lady gets just fed up and invites them all in, and then everything kicks off. Just craziness.
Like, lady, I mean, I get it, but like at the same time, no.
Yeah.
But it happened quick. That's why I was like, oh, it's happening.
Yep.
And that's kind of like the whole last little bit, all the fights, and Haley Steinfeld's character runs off in the middle of the fight. I don't remember why. I think they killed one of the vampires and she freaked out or something.
Yeah. And then Smoke is fighting Stack in the building. And it's set up so that he overpowers Stack and then he could kill him, and then it cuts away back to Preacher Boy and the main vampire dude. Yeah.
And before we get to that ending, or to that, the one other, I really like that like Irish jig or whatever you want to call it. The song they did, I thought that was really good too.
It was,
and I thought it was like creepy too. It was like funny and creepy.
Yes, it was, and I was not expecting an Irish vampire jig going into this movie, but it worked, and it was a good scene.
It's like this movie played it because it's not a musical. Like the music is a character. Like it's not just people going into song in the middle of a scene. Like they're actually like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's not a musical, but it's. Just think of music as a character. But yeah, that scene was really those two scenes. I like that scene, and obviously the transcendence scene or whatever. But anyways, I had to talk about that because I thought that was a really good scene.
That was a really good scene.
I did a good job as the Irish vampire.
Yeah, and just like seeing Stack and Mary out there dancing along with it with their eyes all glowing. It was like you said, creepy and but also kind of funny because it's an Irish jig. And like, it was like, how do I feel? How am I supposed to feel in this moment?
I know, it's like very cult like creepy, like you said, eyes and drooling, and at the same time it's like they're dancing to like an Irish jig. But it was good. And that Irish vampire, he had to have been old. I was reading like those coins and he gave Haley Steinfeld and stuff. I mean, I think he was thousands of years old. Yeah,
that's crazy.
From what I was reading, like, people dig into the lore of movies.
Yep.
And stuff. But yeah, then like you said, if we skip back to what you were saying, it's Preacher Boy
getting baptized by the vampire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And uses his guitar to kind of weaken him. Oh, and when you weaken the main vampire, or what are
they all feel it?
The leader or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, they all can feel it. Because I saw people were complaining, and then Smoke just shows up right behind him. Well, they're all like freaking injured. Of course he could be able to run around the vampires.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just the way they showed it, like it made it look like he just appeared to stab him.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's how I guess the first ending, I guess you could say.
Yeah. What did you think? So that ending was good, but I really liked the second and the middle credits scene. How did you feel about that scene?
You're talking about the scene where he goes and kills all the KKK people?
Well, that too, actually. Yeah, that was first. Yeah.
I guess there's 3 kind of endings, or 4 kind of.
Yeah.
So that I thought that was, that was a cool scene. It's always cool seeing KKK get killed, I guess. In the context of a movie.
Because at some point, the main vampire tells them that the guy who sold them the place for the juke joint is like the Grand Master, Grand Dragon of the KKK, and they're going to come back and kill him. So then Smoke sets up after all that to ambush them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was pretty cool. It was kind of cathartic seeing them all get blown away by Smoke.
Yeah. Well, and there's like that emotional scene where he saw his daughter, I think, and his lover.
As he was like dying, kind of.
Yeah. So that was like an emotional scene.
It was.
And then obviously him just freaking spraying that KKK leader.
Yep.
Very Tarantino, that scene.
That was, for sure.
But that's what I mean. Like this could have literally been just like no vampires, like them versus like the KKK.
Yep.
Right. I love the fantasy spin to like historical pieces.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm a sucker for that. So
Yep.
Okay, and what ending are you talking about? So that was kind of the second ending.
Yeah. And then during the mid-credit scene, so at this point it's like it's kind of sad because like you think Stack's dead, Smoke's definitely dead, and then Preacher Boy's just kind of all on his own and he's gone off to go pursue music. And then in the mid-credit scene, you learn that he did have a good music career. He's like done it all. He's old now. And then Stack walking in with Mary. And at first I was like, oh man, what's going to happen here? But it ended up being like very not hopeful, but it was like happy. They all had their lives. They're like obviously Stack and Mary are like enjoying whatever's going on with their vampireness. They're like they're decked out and bling and they're doing good. And Preacher Boy had a good time. And then they talk about how like that was is it Stack that says it? Like that was the best day of his life or something that day.
Or maybe Preacher Boy says it first. He pretty much says that's the worst day of my life, but this might sound weird, but it's the best day of my life as well.
And then it cuts to them like in the car, and then like that whole day. And
then Stack pretty much said it was for him too because that was the last day he saw sunlight.
Yep.
And that was the last day, he was with everyone.
Smoke and
alive.
Boy,
last day he saw his brother.
Yep.
And the last time he saw sunlight.
Yeah, so it ended up being kind of a weirdly happy ending, which I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't either.
A lot of people.
Then he wanted to hear his music again.
Yeah,
because he's
that
like,
was cool.
The music isn't the same anymore. Can I hear your music? One more time.
Yep.
And I mean, I thought that was a beautiful ending because and he said obviously that he promised Smoke that he would stay away, Preacher Boy alone. Yeah. That's why he let him live.
And then he offered to turn him into a vampire, I think, right? And Preacher Boy said no.
Said nope. I thought that was. And then there's an after credit scene, which I actually didn't stay for.
I didn't either. I saw it online somewhere. Yeah,
so did I. And it was just him playing for the church, right?
Or in the church. Yeah.
In the church, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to end. I don't know why. I guess I feel like most movies like to sequel proof it. So I thought it was going to end with Smoke living and he's just going to freaking vampire hunt for years. It'll be like a Sinners 2 and he's like a professional vampire hunter.
I could see that. I'm kind of glad they didn't go that way, but
I didn't either. I mean, I am too. I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah. And they could still do sequels and prequels and stuff. Like, I would love a Smokestack Twins prequel, like with them doing all the mafia stuff. But
with Al Capone was
yep. But also,
or you could even do it with. Sorry. I was gonna say you can just you can do a sequel with the adventures of Stack and Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, true. And like, even if they don't, this is such a self-contained movie, and it's like not based on any IP. It just came out of nowhere, and it's great. And that would be fine with me too. Yeah, original. I love that.
Like, that made me love it even more. Like Ryan Coogler, written, directed. There's not based off of a book, a movie, comics, nothing. It's just his original story. And
that's pretty rare these days.
Yeah, and like that's why, like when I texted you, I'm like, I want to watch this, and I had nothing. I knew nothing about it. Saw no trailer, so I don't. Like, I had no expectations, but I just know it got good reviews. So I'm like, okay, I got to see this.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I told you.
For sure.
I've been dying to talk about this. And this is one I will 100% watch multiple times through the years. I know I will.
I agree.
I'll probably the second it goes on streaming somewhere, I'll probably watch it again. That soon.
I probably will too. Yep.
You should show your wife it.
Maybe I'll show her the music scene, and that's it.
Yeah, and then just stop it before it goes out and the burned down barn and the vampires roll in.
Yeah.
But as far as like horror, it's not scary. I mean, it's pretty gory. If that scares you, there's a couple jump scares, mostly at just that freaking beginnings and scene in the church.
Yeah,
pissed me off. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of movie. Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah.
I hate those types of things where like that was the only hint of vampire you see in the first hour and a half is just that little quick second like flashbacks.
And you could see the like claw marks on Preacher Boy's face, so you knew something happened crazy. Yeah, with those flashes.
It's
and
like the only hint.
But that part,
it goes away I jumped from it at that part. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was pretty loud and But then it goes away from it and it's just like a timepiece movie for an hour and a half.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, man, go see it. I'm just gonna say that. Go see it. If you're watching this review or you were on the fence, just freaking see it. You'll like it. You'll love it.
Yep, very good.
Especially if you appreciate music.
Yes.
But yeah. I was excited to talk about this one, man.
Yeah. Oh, it makes me want to go see it again right now.
I know. I'm serious. Same, dude. Same. I was talking about it to Carol like days after. She's like, "You never talk about a movie this much." I'm like, I loved it that much.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Cool. What else we got?
Okay. Let me get this.
Daredevil.
Yeah. Let's talk about the finale of Daredevil Born Again. So the season is over. We watched the finale. We're going to talk about it without spoilers, give our scores, and then we'll give a spoiler warning before we get into talking about the episode in detail. And Alex, I'll go ahead and start on this one with my score. So for the finale, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great finale. It had really good action in this. It's interesting. Well, I'll give so I gave it a 9. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I love the characters, and seeing some of the characters interact was just very nice to see. I don't think I've ever had a show that you can tell the rewrites and like the reshoots and like how different some scenes feel, but it still be this good of a show. Like, I was really surprised that they somehow pulled it off, because normally when there's reshoots, when there's rewrites, it's like something really bad happened and they have to just kind of hope that they figure it out in the edit and put something together. But I think they did a really good job with this. It had some funny moments, some heartwarming ones in this episode. And I think with season 2, without having those issues, I think it's going to be really good. So I'm very, very excited for that. So yeah, I gave this one a 9.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty similar. Yeah, I gave it a 9. I thought it was great, and you could definitely tell they switched showrunners with these reshoots. Yeah, I was reading episode 1, 8, and 9 were the only episodes the new showrunners did, and you could freaking tell.
Yeah, you can tell,
because those are like the best episodes. 1, 8, and 9.
Yeah,
and so like those are purely the new showrunners, and they're doing season 2 as a whole. Sweet. So if that's anything to go by, I think season 2 is going to be even better. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, 9 out of 10. Great action, solid finales, solid season. Season as a whole, I guess we can give that 2 real quick. I would give the season as a whole a 7 probably. I think it was better than 99% of the Disney shows.
Yes.
Not as good as a Netflix show, but still above average show. So as a whole, I would give the show a 7 out of 10. What about you?
Yeah, I was thinking like a 7 or an 8. I'll probably go with 7 because there were some weaker episodes that you could tell, and it's like kind of jarring going back and forth between those. But it has me excited for sure. So yeah, I'll give it a 7. It's definitely above average, especially with those really good episodes.
Yeah, I agree. Shoot, yeah, you want to talk about spoilers for episode 9?
Let's get into spoilers. So, spoiler alert for Daredevil Born Again. This would be episode 9. Let me get it up on the screen. Daredevil Born Again.
Straight to Hell. That's the name of the episode.
Oh.
Yeah, or is it on the screen?
Yes, you can go ahead and start.
Okay. Yeah, I think this episode was a good finale. I think I liked how they brought back the Punisher. That fight scene
Yes.
when the Punisher and Matt were fighting was good. It had a lot of slow-mo.
Yeah,
I kind of wish it didn't have a lot of slow. Like I kind of wanted just to see the raw fight. But it was still good. Bloody,
and it was
violent.
It was interesting because, like, I feel like, and maybe rewatching this isn't true, but I feel like for the Daredevil parts, there wasn't as much slow mo. But every time it cut back to Frank, they were doing slow mo, so they like tried to give each of them their own like feel for the fight, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have done with a little less slow mo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, seeing Daredevil fighting isn't about like stylized slow mo. It's just like raw, gritty, one shots kind of
For sure
fighting. Yeah. But that being said, it was still a good fight. It's just I've seen better. Like the fight in the first episode was probably the best fight of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
But I obviously I love that they brought Karen back.
Yes.
Is it just me? It can't be just me. Like Karen and Matt have so much better chemistry, and the acting is so much better than the newer characters.
Yeah, I agree. And it feels like they're like that moment where Matt's in bed after being shot and he says Karen's name and his new girlfriend is like, I feel like they're gearing up for that to be done with and switch back to Karen.
It's just, there's so much better chemistry. Like there's a scene where I think they're looking in like a storage unit, Karen and Matt, and there's talking, and I don't know, like the acting, it just feels like a better show. With Karen in it.
Yeah, Karen's really good. I like her character
and obviously
a lot.
The Punisher.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't get, and maybe I wasn't thinking. So why did the Punisher go there to the island? Like, what's the point of getting captured like that?
I don't know. I feel like he knows that they're using. And I don't know if this is really explained, so because I don't remember, but just to me, it feels like he knows they're using him as like a symbol, and he doesesn't like that. Yeah. And I feel like he got captured on purpose to try and like take him out, and
from like the inside kind of thing.
Yeah, but
I was a little confused because I was like, because when he got there, I'm like, okay, he's gonna try to kill all of them because, like you said, he doesn't like that they use his name, but then he like got captured. I mean, I guess he doesn't care if he dies, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was the only thing I was like, oh, I wonder what's that about. But I do like how they didn't have Matt, again, having Karen there, the voice of reason.
Yep.
Like, you don't run in there. You're just going to get yourself killed, dummy, pretty much.
Yep.
So like there wasn't any like big, which is good. This is definitely, I feel like a setup, like you said, like a setup for season 2. This whole season honestly almost felt like a setup for season 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Like kind of Kingpin is kind of where he wanted to be. Yep. He has his task force, and he has his little island thing with
Red Hook project. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Karen's back, and Punisher, is inside there, and like it just felt like a very set up season.
Yeah, and Matt even had a speech at the end where he talked about like getting a team together and stuff. And when he was saying that, I was like, "Are they bringing the Defenders back?" Like,
I was wondering that too.
But then it cut to the bar, and it's just like Cherry,
like the bartender,
and some cops.
Detectives.
I was like, "Oh, never mind. It's not the Defenders."
Because I thought so too. I'm like, dang, are we gonna see like Luke Cage and what's her face,
Jessica Jones
and Iron Fist? Like, yeah, bringing the team back. It's like fucking Cherry and the bartender. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great team, I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some more people next season.
Yeah, maybe they just couldn't bring all those actors in with these reshoots,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what else is there? Kingpin, like we mentioned, the whole point of the season was kind of that Red Hook project or whatever, where, what is it? Everything's pretty much legal in that
Yeah, it's
part,
not
or you
under
can
the
do whatever
US
you want.
jurisdiction or something,
Yeah.
so it's like in international waters or something and doesn't get taxed or have laws, doesn't fall under the
Yeah.
US laws or something. Yep.
Yeah, so hence why Kingpin wants it, and Kingpin has his task force, and him and his wife are kind of running the city where Kingpin should be. Like it's Kingpin.
Yep. I thought so he, after getting shot at, he like causes a blackout in the city, and I thought those scenes were it almost felt like Dark Knight Rises or something, where the city's just in chaos, the cops are going out and just killing people and planting masks on them and be like, he was a vigilante, and it's just like utter chaos all over. I thought those scenes were pretty good too. It felt kind of claustrophobic and crazy.
Yeah, it had like the atmosphere.
Yep.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, what happened? We didn't see Bullseye again, right? He just kind of ran off.
Yeah, we did not. I definitely thought there was going to be more Bullseye.
I thought Punisher and Matt were going to find him, and fight him.
That must be for season 2.
It must be, another more setup, right?
Hey, yep.
Because he doesn't show up at all. Well, after he runs away, he doesn't show up again.
Yep.
Which I thought he was too. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess season 2.
Yep. Guess we'll see him again next season.
What else? Are we missing anything?
One other scene that
it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, one other thing that I really liked was the bad cops trying to recruit Frank. I thought that was a really funny scene.
Yeah.
Frank just not caring at all, like not going with them. That was really good.
Yeah.
I love Frank. I love that actor as Frank. He's hilarious.
I like him too. He'll always remind me of Shane from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, how about the most brutal death in all of Marvel cinematic history, Marvel history on screen? The Kingpin killing the Commissioner with his bare hands.
Yeah, squeezing his freaking head.
Insane. I can't believe they showed that. That was gruesome.
I know. I like how they showed it. It showed like Kingpin's power too, because you don't see it a lot in the show.
No, you don't.
In the comics, does he have like actual superpower, or is he just a strong?
I don't know,
dude. I don't know either.
Have powers. Ruthless, cunning, and wide-bellied. Wilson Fisk does not have superpowers.
So he's just some brute, pretty much.
Yeah. Does not. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has powers, except for that wide belly. I can relate.
Yeah. Same, man. Same. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it, man. And this episode is one of the best of the season. So we'll see about season 2. But,
there
show.
There are a couple other things set up for season 2, just small things that I think we should call out. One is it seems like the therapist lady, Matt's probably soon ex-girlfriend, is now working with Kingpin as his like medical officer or something. Which, especially if there's bad blood between her and Matt, I'm curious on how that'll go. And then
they're not making her a likable character for us. I'll tell you that.
Going along with Kingpin does not make me like her. That's for sure.
No, and just kind of, I get the jealousness. Is that a word? Jealousness. Jealousy.
I don't think jealousness is a word.
I make up words. Okay, English is hard. But I get why she's jealous. With Matt waking up and saying Karen. I get all that, but they just make her character so unlikable. She just seems like she's always, I don't know, like obviously preaching about how she hates vigilantes, and then like kind of being jealous about everything. Yep. I don't know. She's just not very likable. Even though it's understandable as a character, because Matt, didn't treat her the best either. So.
Yeah, like I liked her at first. I thought she was fine, but as it goes on, and especially going along with Kingpin, I'm like, no, not a good idea. How do you not know that Kingpin's bad?
Yeah, maybe it's just because him and Karen just have such better chemistry where
Yeah.
it's automatically like they're not gonna make it anyway, so just hurry up with it.
And then the
What was
last,
the other call out?
yeah, the last thing, I think it was a mid-credit scene or something, was the Punisher like talking to that one cop and getting him to come over, and that cop was really dumb because the Punisher pulled his arm through the thing and broke it.
So dumb.
So he's gonna get out and probably kill them all, and that'll be something going
Like
on
your
in
prediction,
season 2. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for season 2.
I do like how they kind of included. I almost wonder if they're going to do like another Punisher show, like his own kind of storyline.
I think I heard that they might. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, kind of like a setup for his own show.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of all I got. I enjoyed it.
Yep, I'm excited.
Yeah, it was good. It could have been worse.
It definitely could have been worse. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now this next one, I'm interested to see your thoughts because I'm a little torn on it. So,
oh, that's right. The Last of Us. Yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about The Last of Us season 2.
Yeah.
So 2 episodes have come out. And we're going to give our scores and just our overall thoughts, but then we'll probably be going into spoilers pretty early on because there's a lot of spoilers in this.
Yep.
But Alex, do you want to go ahead and give us your thoughts overall on season 2 so far?
Sure. Where do I start? I'll start with episode 1, obviously.
Yeah, good starting place.
Actually, what did I say that one time? I said something stupid like I give it an 8 out of 8 or something.
Yeah.
There should be we should keep count of the stupid things I say. Okay. Episode 1, well, like you said, good place to start. I actually don't think this was that bad. I actually enjoyed this one, believe it or not. I don't think it was spectacular.
Yeah.
I also don't think it was as good as the opening episode of season 1. Mm-hmm. Nowhere near. But it didn't piss me off.
Yeah.
So I gave the first one. I actually enjoyed it. I would give it an 8 out of. I was gonna say 8 out of 8 again, dude. I swear to God, I was gonna say. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I actually thought it, especially if you didn't play the games, it set up the town. It set up the batch of characters. There's a few issues I had, which we'll get in spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a good setting piece for a new season with a lot of characters. And it was interesting. I thought it was a solid episode. So okay. 8 out of 10. It didn't make me mad. Episode 2. Episode 2. So I'm conflicted as well because I do like what they added, but I still hate how they did it. I can't even explain until we get into spoilers.
Yeah.
So to be quite honest, God, I was so conflicted on this.
Yeah, same.
So I'm actually going to give it lower. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, just because I do think it looks great. There was some pretty cool stuff on it, but I also think things are still too rushed. I think them adding this big set piece detracted from what this episode should have been about. As much as I thought it was cool. I would say 6 out of 10. I could have given it a 5 out of 10, but since it, production was good and acting was good, I'll give it 6 out of 10. Well, some acting is good. We'll get there too in spoiler. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for episode 2. What about you?
Yeah, this is so tough. I'm so conflicted on these. For episode 1, it was kind of slower, but I thought it was decent. It did some things better than the game. Some things they definitely changed up some things, and some worked, some didn't. So for episode 1, I think I'll give it a 7. It was a good episode, good opening. It was not as good as opening of season 1 for sure. And now episode 2.
That's all fresh in your mind too, huh? Season 1.
Yeah. Episode 2, I'm so conflicted. I feel like if this was just like a generic zombie show, I think it could have been like an amazing episode. It's just like comparing it to the game and some of the stuff they did, it just kind of holds it back for me, similar to you. I still think it was a good episode. It's just kind of like, it feels like it's hamstrung by the story they have to work with, unfortunately.
Bad writing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a 7 as well, because they did do some things good. I don't know. I may change my mind on this. I have a lot.
I might change it too.
Feelings about like Last of Us Part 2 and Season 2.
Yeah.
I think this did some things better than the game. Some things I don't think they did as good as the game, and I'm not a big fan of the game anyway, so that's not great. But I don't know. I was between like a 6 or a 7, so I'll go with a 7. But after this talk, we might get it down to a 6. We'll see.
I might get it down to 5. Just I have issues, and it's not even issues that are like nitpicking. For me, it's issues that it's just. Honestly, it's the same thing I had problem with the game, just the pacing, and it just takes away from things. We just need to get into spoilers.
Yeah, let's get into spoilers. So, spoiler alert for The Last of Us Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2.
And probably Season 1 as well, because I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming you've seen Season 1 if you're watching this. But
yeah.
I don't know. Some people are weird. Maybe they started with Season 2.
That would be crazy.
Do you have it up on the screen? I don't want to start talking.
Yes, I do. I'm just sizing it, but it's up there.
All right. So I got a few issues I want to talk about first.
Yes. Go ahead.
If you don't mind me getting started.
Nope, go for it.
I think the biggest thing, so the battle scene, whatever, it was cool. It was cool, right? Like that was an awesome battle scene. That wasn't in the game. I actually thought that was a good addition.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said before, spoiler, my issue is this should have been an episode about Joel dying. And it almost felt like it was secondary. Like it felt like it was like, oh, by the way, like Joel's gonna die at the end. Like this should have been that should have been the sole focus. It should have been. It did not hit. His death in this show did not hit me, and I wondered. I'm like, maybe it's just because I've seen it before, and then I rewatched the game death, and I'm like, it still hits me then with the game.
Yeah. That was one thing. I feel like the atmosphere of those scenes was kind of fumbled in the show. Like in the game, it's like it's dark. You enter this house as Ellie, and you hear screaming, and you're like, "Oh no, I gotta get there!" Right? It's in the basement. You have to like. I still remember. I mean, I didn't play it that long ago, but just like going down those stairs and just being like, "Oh man, what is gonna happen?" Like just the dread I felt of doing that, and maybe it's because I'm in control instead of just watching it in the show.
Yeah,
but I also feel like, I mean, the scene was like bright instead of dark and like sad, and I don't know, it definitely felt different. And I mean, I have issues overall with the writing of it, but I thought the scene was done better in the game, even though I'm not a big fan of the scene and where it is and everything. But like, the actual act of it happening seemed way more atmospheric, way more dark, way more sad in the game.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And they changed it a little bit. Instead of her whacking his head, she like stabbed his neck.
Yep.
And I was reading somewhere that like the showrunner didn't want to make Abby more unlikable than she is, so they changed it to like that instead of whacking.
Oh.
And like I'm like, that's weird. Like, isn't that the purpose?
Yeah. I definitely feel like they're trying to make Abby more likable with some of the changes they're doing.
I mean, good luck. Just good luck. I saw the golf clubs. So I'm like, there it is.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's just that's why I was conflicted, because the action. So okay, my other issue. So besides I hate the dual storyline with the action, the fall of the town. What's the town called? I don't even
Jackson.
Remember. Alexandria. That's what I keep thinking of with Walking Dead.
No,
but well, that kind of episode should have been an episode on its own. And I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to get a reason
why Joel was distracted.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Where Joel's distracted, and then they switched up who he was with. He was with Dina instead of Tommy.
Yep.
They were like freezing, so they had to go warm up, but also get more fighters to go help them. Abby was like, well, I got fighters. We can go help you. Come on, it's right this way. So like, I get why they were trying to do it, but I just feel like an episode with a battle that big, it should be kind of like how Game of Thrones does it. It should be the sole focus. Like it, and especially on, sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, I just feel like with some of the stuff they did in the game with like jumping back and forth in time and seeing it from different perspectives, I feel like that would have worked in the show. Like have the battle be the battle, episode 2. And then episode 3, have like cut back, have Joel out with Dina, see Ellie with what's his name? I forget his name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, have that storyline, which they did change, and they didn't have in the game. They have like a scene with Dina and Ellie in that weed place, and they find a basement. I don't think they not there. Maybe they do. Maybe it's like off screen. I don't remember.
Did they kiss or something?
Yeah, they kiss, and like Dina finds out that Ellie was bitten, and she tells her about that, but then doesn't believe her, and like so that might change. I'm interested how that'll change the story going forward and why they changed it. But yeah, they could have had an episode with that, some flashbacks, and then like really spent time building it up to Joel seeing the battle from a different perspective than we saw it, and then freaking out, and have that solely focused on him.
That could have been real well done.
Yeah,
you're right. This episode could have been just go all in on this freaking battle. Like we don't know where Joel or Ellie or all of them are.
Yeah, and that would up the intensity too.
They probably don't want an episode without Ellie or Joel, I guess.
But
like, if you're right. You have a good point though. I didn't even think about that. Have that episode 2 just be an hour of that freaking an awesome battle, and then in the next episode, kind of seeing it from different perspective, how it started. With the zombies coming out of the snow,
that
and then
cool.
Joel seeing at different angles of the battle, and like solely focusing on probably the most controversial death in all of gaming.
Yeah, and put some more weight being an
afterthought.
Yeah,
like literally, Joel's death felt like an afterthought, like it was just tacked on.
Yeah,
to me it felt like that. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, I don't know, but like it's such a big thing, and
it is.
The battle took away from it.
Yeah, which sucks because, like I said, if it was a generic zombie show and they had that battle, it'd be like, oh, this is so cool. But I mean, I know what's going to happen, and then it does kind of feel like it's detracting from the biggest thing in the story up to this point is Joel dying. Yeah.
Yes, and I don't get the character switches either. I think they were just trying to fix the game. Like, why would Tommy and Joel be that stupid to trust these strangers? I guess they just had to switch around the characters to make a little more sense. And they wanted Tommy at the battle, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it.
So, but my second criticism besides that is just the rushing, the timing. Like, I don't know, like and I know the point of the game isn't the town and it's a revenge story, but you still could have fleshed out a few more episodes of that, like build up the characters in the town, build up the town, so when you have this battle, it's like sad. It's like, oh my god, we just spent 4 episodes in this town with these characters. Build up, like you said, do some flashback scenes. It's like, if I didn't play the game when I was watching the show, in episode 2, there's already this big battle. I'm like, oh, I barely knew this town. Like, I barely knew these characters. Like, it just happened so fast. That was my issue with the game too, and they did not fix it here.
No.
I just feel like they could have fleshed out the town. And again, I know people are probably gonna say that's not the point of the game. The game is a revenge story. But you know what? The writing for part 2 sucked, so they can change it. Especially for a show form. Like, this is a show, not a video game.
Yeah.
You need to flesh them out more. Like, I'll tell you this, and I'm not like, I feel like I'm sounding like a hater. Like, people are like, oh, video gamers, just you're a hater on this game. No, it's bad. Like I forgot the show was coming on. The first 2 weeks I was excited to watch it, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot there's a Last of Us episode tonight.
Yeah,
like I'm already less excited to continue the show. I'm not joking. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they see like a drop off in viewership, because I know some people loved. I mean, Joel's awesome, so he's a great character, and now that he's gone, and it's just going to be Ellie, and I guess it'll be interesting to see if she can carry, and if they lose people. I'm interested in that.
So there goes issue number 3. And this could change because they might just be doing it in the show. But I am sorry, Ellie is god-awful these first 2 episodes. She's not the Ellie in the game.
She's way more childish, I feel like. And
I liked what's her name? Bella Ramsey as Ellie in season 1.
Yep.
I actually defended her. I liked her in season 1. But these first 2 episodes, awful. And it's not her fault. It's the writing's fault.
Yeah, it's the writing, yeah.
She does not act like Ellie. She's childish. She's annoying. And I'm hoping they're just going to make the change after Joel died. Maybe now she'll kind of start acting like that hardened Ellie.
Yeah.
But what, like 20 years went by, or was it 20, 15 years or whatever from game 1? It's 20, I think, right? They said 20 years later. They were in that town for 20 years, I believe.
Was it? I don't think it was that long.
I swear. Is it not that? How long was it? 10 then?
Well, how old is Ellie? I thought it was like how old is Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2? She's 19 at the beginning of the game. I think it was like 5 or 6 years.
Okay, I'm thinking 20 years since I'm thinking of since when his first daughter died.
Yeah.
But still, it's been what, 5 years then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Something
5 years?
like that. Yep.
Like, so you're telling me in the 5 years, she went from what, 12 or whatever it was to 19?
14 to 19, I think. Yeah.
And her character is, to me, feels even like less mature than she did when she was 14.
Yeah, and especially like Ellie in the game she does get like sad and mad at Joel and stuff, but she doesn't seem childish, and that makes sense because she's like, she's been through a lot. Like, she's hardened, she's jaded, she's pissed off because of how her life went so far. But this is just kind of feels like a whiny, spoiled brat, kind of.
Yeah.
Just like not obeying orders and doing whatever she wants.
She doesn't care because she can't get infected. And even Tommy and everyone's telling her you could still get mauled by one of these things. Just because you're immune to the bite doesn't mean you can't freaking die. Like, they're even telling her stop being stupid.
Yep.
And even when they have their meetings and stuff, I forgot that one character. I don't remember his name either. The one that was with her in the weed house.
Hold on, I'll find it. Jesse?
I'm terrible name. Jesse, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse.
I think. Jesse, even like they were having like a meeting before they went out, and they're like, Dina and Ellie were joking around, and he's like, guys, they look up to you. Can you cut it out? I'm like, they really look up to these two goofballs?
Yeah.
Like, I will say I like Dina. I like the actress who played Dina.
I agree. She's doing a good job. Yeah.
And even the actor who plays Jesse, I like. Yeah. Honestly, all the actors are fine. I mean, Abby. I don't know how I feel about Abby.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you feel about Abby and how that's going.
I will say this: I laughed when she was talking to Joel. She's like, "Do we look like scavengers?" He's like, "No, military." I laughed. I'm like, "Military? Like, what do you mean? These people look like." They don't look like military.
Yeah.
Well, then he said Firefly. I'm like,
I could see Firefly.
So I don't have an issue with Abby in the sense of, like, I don't need her to be a freaking on steroids, huge like freaking the game.
Sure.
But also, you'd think they'd still kind of like, do like a bigger. She's not intimidating.
Yeah, she's not.
In the game, she's intimidating, at least. Yeah. I hate her. She's intimidating. But, like, in this, she's not intimidating. Now, and I don't think it's the actress's name. I think she's good too.
Yeah. I feel like she's doing.
People keep saying that she's. People keep saying she should be Ellie. Like she's like her and Joel. They look more like.
I've seen that. More
Ellie than Bella Ramsey.
I don't think that would fix anything in the show based on the writing, though. Like it's
just the writing. Yeah. Although I will say, can Bella Ramsey pull off the Ellie from part 2?
I don't know.
You think she could?
I think that's part of why Abby is smaller, is because it would not work with Bella Ramsey going up against Abby. From the game.
When she was fighting that dude in the barn, I'm like, come on now. There's no way you'd be taking down a 6'5", whatever it was.
Yeah.
250-pound dude. Come on now. And she's like, don't hold your punches. Girl, he would knock you out.
Yeah, I think Jesse even says that.
Yeah, like, come on now. Like, there's no way she would have taken that big dude down. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no way. This is me nitpicking now, but anyways, how do you feel about Abby?
I definitely feel like they're trying to make her more likable, and they gave us some scenes so that we know where she's coming from. Like, we know that she's a Firefly from the area where Joel killed all those people. Yeah. And that's okay, and you don't have to play as her, so that makes it a little better. But
that's true. Yeah.
I'm trying to like separate my dislike of what the game did from this and try and see it, but it's so hard to separate that because I don't know. I mean, I still don't like Abby. She kills Joel, my favorite character in the show, in the game. And I don't know. I don't know either. I feel like I'm going to be conflicted on this show a lot.
I know. I think they have the right idea, and I think I was telling you this before. I think they have to try to make Abby more likable, but the problem is they just do like 1 or 2 scenes. I feel like this needed to be like Joel shouldn't have died until the season finale.
Yeah, you were expecting that, huh?
I was like, flesh out Abby, like have us under, especially if you don't play the game, like you could just like Abby, right? Like they could play around with that for like, have follow Abby's crew for the season, and people are wondering, I wonder why are we following this girl? Like, but I like her, she's interesting, and then boom, she ends up killing Joel, and people who haven't played the games would be like, what? This girl we've been following all season, we like is killed Joel.
Yeah,
like they could have played around with that more.
Twist.
And like you mentioned, or maybe I read a comment, like you could have had her say like, we need to go hunt down people who killed my father, yada yada yada. Like, and you didn't have to say it was Joel, but like we're rooting for her, and
and then
obviously us as gamers know, but I don't know.
Yeah, thinking about it, because I did make a decision to play the games before watching the show, and now I kind of almost wish I didn't, so we could have the 2 different perspectives, because I feel like we're both just going to be conflicted, but I also didn't want to spoil the games because I knew I would love playing them, and I did. I really enjoyed playing 1 especially, but 2, the gameplay was still fun. The story...
It was fun,
I did not like, but I also kind of liked hating on it, so... But yeah, it would be interesting to have a non-game player. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Joel will still be in the show, with flashbacks and crap.
Yeah,
but
which they are missing some things. I won't talk about them so they don't spoil. But there's some scenes that we got early on in the game that I think they're going to save for flashbacks. I hope they don't just not do them.
There's that one scene, again, I won't spoil it, where they find like that museum or whatever.
Yes.
Space one.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite parts of. I remember that part really well in part 2 for some reason. I really liked that part.
That was a cool part. I liked that.
So I don't know, man. As a production, as acting and everything, like it was a great episode, but as storytelling, in my opinion, and writing, I thought it was just as bad as the game, just in different ways. I mean, they did some things better and some things worse, like you said. Like they fixed, like Joel didn't tell her name. Like it was just Dina saying, "Hey, Joel." Yeah. That's how she found out. Dina, sorry, did I say Dana?
No, I think you said Dina. But yeah.
So like they fixed some little things like that, or even Joel, a reason for him to go back to the cabin a little bit more. So like some things, sure.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
It's just rushed. It's all rushed, dude. The biggest thing is just rush.
I think I'm going to switch to a 6 because just the overall story. I just have so many problems with the overall way the story is told. Still, like you said, good.
Yeah.
Like the battle was cool. In a vacuum, I loved the battle. In this episode, it was weirdly placed and caused some issues.
Also, the one issue I had with the battle is Tommy kind of standing down there with all these zombies running around him. I was kind of like, okay,
he definitely
I can get one or two
armor.
Zombies, but come on now.
Yeah.
There are like hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And like, how is he fighting in the middle of that?
And then that big guy, just one big zombie following him into an alleyway and not a bunch of others, especially when they like share a brain. Like, yeah,
that was like my one criticism. I love the battle, but that kind of took me out a little bit. I'm like, there's no way this guy would be alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. My momentum's killed. I think my momentum's killed more so because, we've played the game, so I know what's happens after this. And to me, it's not an interesting story after this.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed Joel. 100% Joel is the reason why people love The Last of Us. I don't care what
Joel
what's
and
his
Ellie.
face, Neil.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, them two together is what made the first game amazing.
Yep.
And I feel like Neil Druckmann, I think he's the one who wrote it, right? Neil? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like he has too much pride to admit that he screwed up that story.
Yeah.
No one, I mean, I don't want to say no one, but
yeah, I've seen some people like it, but yeah.
But for the most part, people liked Joel and Ellie. Like, I'm getting mad thinking about it.
I am
That's
interested.
why I enjoyed episode 1, because it didn't get me mad.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm curious to see how Bella Ramsey will do, and if she is able to do that transition to the more hardened, angry Ellie, and if it feels like actually like she wants revenge, or if it's just kind of like a petulant child kind of thing. We'll see. Yeah. I'm hoping she can pull it off.
Me too.
And there are good scenes, like you said. Some of the flashback scenes are really good. Those were my favorite parts of the games, were the flashbacks with Joel and Ellie. No surprise. So, but I do feel like there's going to be a drop off of people watching.
Oh, I do too. I do too. And I agree with you. I hope and pray that, number one, the writing finally changes Ellie to how she should be acting in the game. And number two, that Bella Ramsey can act like that. Because I'm worried that, like you said, she's going to be hardened like that, but it's going to seem more like a bratty teenager hardened, not like a mature, like dark theme. I really want revenge kind of hardened.
Right.
So we'll see this will tell if her acting is up to snub for this kind of character.
Yep.
Also, first comes to writing. We'll see if the writers even attempt it.
Right.
I will say one other scene I thought was really cool. I think it was in episode 1. Was the scene with the, what are they called? The stalkers?
Yes, I was going to bring that up because I actually like that a lot too. Yes.
Yeah. Again, I don't really like the way Ellie was acting in that scene.
Yeah.
But like, I thought it's such a cool concept. Like, isn't it like a stalker zombie type?
Those were my favorite zombie types in the added in part 2. I thought they were so creepy, like, because you just like see them sitting there, like peeking out, waiting for you. Like, that was the most like horror like thing in the game for sure.
Yes. And they did a good job in that scene, I thought, too.
Yeah, and
as a matter of fact...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, what were you going to say? No, you can go first.
I was going to say, like, I didn't really think about them being smarter, but it kind of makes sense, and I kind of like how they're going more with that route. Like, these are smarter, they're stalking, because they are stalkers. They, like, follow you and have, like... They wait for noise and wait around corners.
They sound like more human, like, trick you.
So that's interesting.
I was going to say, I think in my mind, honestly, I think I'm just so turned off because I just want a completely different story. A more interesting story to me, like when they went back and told the council, these zombies are like getting smarter and they don't believe her. And I think honestly, I just want a different story. Like it's
Yeah.
like I just want to develop this town, develop these characters, find more, smarter zombies, and then the downfall of the town, and they have to go out and figure out where these zombies came. I don't know. I think I just want another story. I think I just don't care for the story. I think that just comes down to that, man.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that, but
I'm not. No, 100% not. Wouldn't that be so much more interesting? Like this town, like not believing there's like smarter zombies, and it finally gets overrun like at the end of the season, and all these characters you built up for the whole season are like you actually care about, and it's fun. You have like a cast of characters, and maybe the town falls, and they're like, okay, we need to find another shelter. Let's figure out where these. I don't know. Then you could bring in. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just rambling about a different story at this point.
Yeah, and I think I would like that more because like they do. I guess I won't talk about the game too much in the future, but like at this point, I don't think I would know the other characters' names that are with Abby at this point. Like there's been not really any characterization of them. Just a little bit with like Dina's good. There's a little bit of Jesse. But yeah, it's like in the games, the characters aren't built up very much. So I would definitely like to see that more in the show for sure.
Cause even I think that's why I enjoyed episode 1, because the foundation is there. You have this cool town, you have this lore in this town. Dina was interesting. Jesse could be interesting. They have like was it the New Year festival thing, and relationships, and discovering smarter zombies, and like where does Joel fit in? Where does Ellie fit in? It just could be such a more interesting story.
Yeah. And like they gave Joel more of like they showed more what he does in the town. Him being like the construction person makes sense because that's what he was before the apocalypse. And so I do like some of that, but I mean, well, now that's all out the window.
Now it's exactly. Like, and I watching episode 2 actually probably made me like episode 1 more. Just like I said, to me it was a good foundation for a new season. But does a good foundation matter if the house is gonna fall anyways? So it's disappointing. I was very curious what you were going to say about this episode 2, because from an outside perspective, if you look at just the battle, it was pretty cool, right? And it looked great.
And I got a text from someone who hasn't played the game, and they really liked the episode. So
did they?
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll ask him how he feels in another episode or 2.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, if I didn't play the game, I think I would probably like it more, but as we talk about it, the more and more I just realize it's not even like the fact that Joel dies. I just think it's done poorly. Yeah. Whether you play the game or not.
Yeah, it's very sudden and kind of feels like an afterthought. I agree.
Yeah, like for like a main character, it's like the viewership for Walking Dead went down when a certain character died.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like Walking Dead, second episode of season 2, Rick dies. Yeah, I'd be pretty annoyed.
Yeah, that would be insane. And on top of that, it would be like an episode where like it just happens at the end.
Yeah.
Like after like there's like a big battle going on, you're like, oh, this is cool, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, Rick's dead.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just it wasn't good in the game, and it's not good here.
Yeah, not my favorite. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I swear, I'm not trying to sound like a little freaking video game dweeb and just get mad just to get mad. I really don't think I don't think it's well done.
I think it's a little different because, at least for me, I won't put words in your mouth, but like, I'm hoping Bella Ramsey can do it. Like, I'm not writing her off just because she doesn't look like Ellie. Like, I thought I agree she doesn't really look like Ellie, but I thought in season 1 she did good. She acted like Ellie, and Ellie and Joel were great. Yep. So I'm hoping she can, do something with this character and make it believable. And whereas a lot of people are like, too, she doesn't look like Ellie, there needs to be a different casting, and so that's a little different, I feel like.
Like, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I think it's the writing, but I will say if the writing is trying to make her more like the game Ellie and she can't pull it off, then I'll start being like, okay, maybe this just isn't the character for her. But right now, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I think it's more so the writing.
Yeah, I agree.
And as far as Abby, again, I think the actress is fine. I've seen her in other things. I just think it all comes down to the writing of, they're following the writing of the game for the most part, not all of it, and it's bad. This is bad. It was bad then. It's bad now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Neil, he's too prideful to admit that he's freaking.
Yeah, and I heard some things where he was like saying Joel was wrong for doing what he did, and now he says Joel was right for doing what he did, and it just seems like kind of a mess.
Yeah, it's gotten him, man. He thinks he's top dog at Naughty Dog,
but he's actually a naughty dog.
Oh, that's great.
And that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out where it goes from here. I am curious. I'll give it that. I'm curious. Not necessarily excited, but I'm curious.
Can they save it? We'll see.
No. Just no, they can't. And they no, they can't, dude.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Should we do a guess the game?
Yeah.
All right. So, Alex, let's play some guess the game. We're going to be trying to guess the game from these screenshots here, and this one is exceptionally grainy. We'll have 6 attempts. They'll give us clues up here, and if we get in the right series but not the right game, the number will turn yellow, and Professor Oak will let us know. So, Alex, do you have any guesses on this? It's kind of hard to tell.
It is kind of hard to tell.
I can't tell if it's old or if it's just really zoomed in.
It looks like very atmospheric.
Yeah. I
think
this is today's. I wonder if this is the Oblivion remake. Do they have that? Probably not. I mean,
or it could just be they could just done the older one.
That's true. You want to throw out the older one?
Try it. Yeah.
See what the next picture is. Ooh. This looks like Dark Souls, kind of.
Is it Bloodborne?
Could be.
Or Dark Souls 2, maybe? That looks very Dark Souls 2.
This looks to me like Dark Souls 1. What's the castle place where you fight Ornstein and Smo? I don't know. Let's throw out Dark Souls 1 and see if it's in the series. Ooh, it's not even Dark Souls. Oh, PS2. Okay, we have a character here. It's hard to tell what's going on there. I wonder if this is Soul Reaver.
What is Soul?
Legacy of Kain. Soul
Legacy
Reaver.
of Kain.
I don't know, but I know that those games were on the PlayStation and kind of look like this.
I'll try it.
Yeah, let's see. Ooh, it's not. It's an RPG.
Ooh, I don't
HP, MP, and SP. Let's see if we can see what this says. Mind.
I do not recognize that.
I wonder if it's a Shin Megami Tensei. But not Persona, maybe. Devil Survivor. Ooh, 2001. I don't recognize these characters at all.
I don't either.
Huh.
Is it like a Devil May Cry game or something?
They have an RPG, Devil May Cry?
Maybe not. I'm just throwing something out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
That has a... I guess just the first one, no? I don't know. I'm just throwing a guess. No.
Saknoth. Okay. I played a game kind of like this, but it was on the PS1, not PS2. Aw. It was
I'm not sure what this is, man.
Legend of... Or it was like Legaia? Legend of Legaia. I wonder if this is Legaia 2. I don't know. I'm fine throwing it out because I have no idea. Shadow Hearts. Discover new challenges in our daily newly released quest mode. Well, we'll do that. I've not heard of that. Shadow Hearts.
I have not either.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, haven't heard of that.
Okay. Let's go back and hope we can get this next one. Here. 729. Oh, what the heck?
What?
This is a Metal Gear Solid.
Underwater. There you go.
Sons of Liberty. Darn. Oh, this is a weird game. There's cards. Yeah.
Is that like, what's it called? Like Balerio or whatever?
Balatro, maybe.
Balatro. Balerio.
The Balatro of Fire. Oh, it was Balatro. Oh, nice. I haven't played that yet. I've heard it's super addicting.
I haven't played it either, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah.
I knew it had cards. So
yeah. Nice.
Sweet.
He has 2 swords. Is this The Witcher?
Cannot see that. I'm blind. Sure, it's The Witcher.
I don't.
It's The Witcher 2.
I think we've had The Witcher 2.
Have we?
Have we had The Witcher 3?
Oh. I don't know.
It's not The Witcher. Okay, this looks like an RTS kind of thing. We've got that guy there.
This is
75%.
what is it called? The Battle to Middle Earth. You ever play that?
Is it Battle for
Middle Earth? I don't know if it's 4.
It actually
there you go.
Could be. Yeah, that's not a bad guess.
I freaking love that game.
I think I played the first one. Let's see. Oh, it is the first one. Or it's another Lord of the Rings game.
It's SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
It could be Middle Earth Shadow of War. Is that Shadow of Mordor? Because I don't see Middle Earth Battle for Middle Earth 1. Let me type in Lord of the Rings. Oh, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings games. Battle for Middle Earth 2. I feel like it might be Shadow of Mordor. Maybe, because I think this is like you sneaking and they see you or something.
This is PS4.
RPG.
What's the other?
Yeah, we saw it on here. I think it's Shadow of War.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah,
I played one of those and they were really fun. The system where you could have like an orc that you have a beef with was really cool.
Yeah, I never played this one.
They're pretty fun. I don't think I played the second one. Nice.
Okay, 2. Yeah, last 2, right?
Reset, because for some reason these ads keep... Oh, I just made it worse. Okay. All right. Okay, we got a rock face and a bow on someone or something.
Is that a bow?
I can't tell. This is as far down as I can go. This is Near Automata.
Tell me why I was gonna guess that because of the
the bow.
It
is a Near game.
Oh yeah.
Near Replicant, or I guess Near Replicant, or just Near.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the other ones. Oh,
I haven't either.
PS3.
So just Near?
Nope. Oh no. Near Gestalt.
Near version 1 point whatever.
Yeah. We have a couple more guesses. Let's hope. No.
Oh
Near
Lord.
Gestalt. So we've guessed Automata, Replicant, Near, Replicant, Gestalt. Oh my goodness. What? These games' names are crazy. That's all the Near games that come up. Is there a Near? There's a different Near Automata? No?
Dude, I don't know. What Near? What's that other one? You already guessed the Near. What's that G one?
Gestalt. Yeah, I did.
So what? I'm confused. There's no other Nears, is there?
Yeah,
there's two
I
other
don't know.
results, but
Huh. Yeah, what? Near.
I don't know.
What the heck? Well, this says Drakengard. I wonder if it's a Drakengard game?
Oh Lord. It wouldn't be the first, probably, right? Because it's 2013. It said.
When did PS3? Yeah, 2013. I have no idea though. I don't even know if it's Drakengard. Drakengard 2. Fingers crossed.
I don't know.
Oh, it was 3.
Oh.
Near screwed us.
Oh my god.
I can't believe
How it tricked us. It's
we
like,
guessed Near on the first one and couldn't get it. I did not even know Near was in. I'm not even sure what this game is.
man, dude.
Oh. Darn. Well, I learned something. I learned Drakengard is a game in the Near universe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
It
What do we
says
have
if you're
here?
a fan of the Dark Souls series, you would like that game.
Interesting. Well, I did like Near Automata.
This is
Interesting
Oh,
art
man.
style.
no.
This is Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods.
What was that?
I don't think so. I just keep seeing that on my PlayStation store. Oh, is this Monkey Island? That looks like Blackbeard.
I don't even know what Monkey Island is.
My wife loves that game. I don't know which one the most recent one is.
I haven't even heard of it.
The Curse of Monkey Island. In the original one, I haven't played the other ones, but you like battle by insulting the other person and you win battles by doing the best insults or something. It's a funny game. It's a point and click game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is Monkey Island. Which one? This is the new one. Yeah. Return to Monkey Island, maybe? Yes, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a point and click. You find stuff and open up new areas, and then you can... I don't know if they still have the battling with insults, but you can see here, peer into the porthole, open the porthole.
Interesting. Okay.
They're very silly games.
Yeah.
Guybrush Threepwood is his name. All right. Where's my... There it is. Oh, man. This is an old game.
Is this some golfing game?
Ooh, golf's not a bad guess.
Just golf.
I mean, we could. Hot Shots Golf 3. No, that might be more new. Maybe this is like VGA Tour 97.
There you go.
Oh, original release too old for Metacritic score. And it looks like a map there. Got an arrow, an X. Could this be like one of the first civilizations? I don't know how old those are.
I don't either. Sure, you could throw that out there.
Civilization 2. DOS, Amiga, Atari ST. Shoot, I have no
I'm not
idea.
sure on this one, dude.
Conquest. Let's do Command and Conquer. Strategy isometric.
This is
This is War Theater. 1989. Jeesh.
Dang. Wasn't even born yet.
Me neither. I'm older than you.
You're an old man.
Not old enough, apparently. They probably had like a really simple name if it was one of the first. This is like Knights something. Knights Contract. Knights of the Round. This is Knights of the Round.
Yeah.
Bullfrog Production.
It's
a tycoon game.
Night Tycoon. There's a fish tycoon.
There's a lot of tycoons, I guess.
Chemist Tycoon.
Cocoon. I have no idea.
Cocoon.
Bullfrog.
Yeah, this is Bullfrog Conquest. Oh
man.
I have no clue, man.
Sure.
I don't know, like Night Strategy or something. Strategy
Middle
something.
Ages. King something.
King
of Kings.
Lucas.
The early years. Populous. What? I've never heard of that. You'd think something that old you'd hear it once.
Never heard of it. Well, it does not look that great, to be honest.
No, I bet it's a little dated. Okay. Ooh, this looks like something we should get.
Looks pretty realistic.
This rock reminds me of Skellige in The Witcher 3.
Does the water look that good in The Witcher 3?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably not. Could this be like one of the new God of War games? Or Horizons Forbidden West?
Horizon's not a bad guess. Forbidden West, maybe.
Never played that one. Ooh, it's not. Good. Oh man, this only has 58%.
Whale. How did it look from that to this?
Oh yeah. 58. Looks
jeez, dude. This is
a newer game that this be like Sea of Thieves didn't get that low, right?
No, also it doesn't look like that kind of art style.
Yeah. Could it be an Assassin's Creed?
I don't know. I was thinking like Assassin's Creed, but like then I see this. Which one is like based in a jungle?
I don't know. Mirage, maybe? Like one of those other one, like I don't know.
Oh, screw it. Might as well try it.
It's not. PC, PS5, and Xbox Series.
PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. So just new systems.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Chivalry or something. Chivalry 2, but I don't think that got bad reviews on Metacritic.
No, I don't think it did either. I really liked that game actually.
Yeah.
God, 58?
This is giving me Ubisoft game. And I think that's
why
that
it was
Creed.
Too.
But I don't know.
What has Ubisoft done? What is that? There's a new game. Have you heard of it? It's like Avowed or something? But I think that
got pretty good.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, and I thought people liked that.
There was one other one that I didn't get that good.
What about?
I don't remember
that. We guessed it last week. The pirate one. Did Ubisoft do that? Skull and Bones?
Oh, Skull and Bones. Ooh, that might be it actually. Skull and Bones, yeah.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. We literally did guess that last
Ubisoft, week. Yeah. Thank you.
Dude, what's
Ubisoft
the freaking? Why does that always happen to us?
That's a weird.
We always think of the most random game, and then the next week,
or even later in that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ooh. Okay. Funny. Good. I also, heard that people didn't like that game very much, so that helped with the 58%.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Good. Okay. Why does this look familiar? I don't know what it would be from.
How many have we done so far?
7. We got 3 more.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw out. It looks like kind of the Celeste art style. I don't think this is Celeste, but let's see the next one. Ooh, 94%.
This looks like, what's it called?
What am I thinking of? I want to say Moonlighter, but it's not. There's another game that looks similar to that.
There was one I played. It kind of looks like it. I forgot what it's called.
I can't think of the name.
I can't think of the name I'm thinking of too.
There was one
that's gonna frustrate me
where you like create an island and like build out, and it kind of looks like this. Shoot.
I don't know. Have you? I could maybe like. Have you heard of Blaster Master? That's a fun one. I played that on the Switch.
No.
Kind of has that same art style.
Let's do it.
It's fun.
Ooh, this looks different than I thought. PC and Switch, okay. Alien bug thing. I don't think I know this one.
Maybe I'm trying to think. I don't know if I do either. Is it like
Alien Hominid?
Sea of Stars or something?
Stars.
I don't even. It's probably not. I don't know.
Roguelike deck
I don't know
building.
if I recognize. Oh, deck building. Well. I don't think I know this either.
Yeah. What are some deck building games I know of? Well, just for the Switch.
And PC.
Yeah. Alien.
I don't know any.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw out some Alien Robot. 2023. Ellatra's the only other one I can think of. Robot.
I don't know, man.
Chemic Drive.
Robot cards.
Okay, it looks like they're.
This is Robot Rocket.
Alien. Or not Alien. Animal something, not Animal Well.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Breeder. Cobalt Core.
Cobalt
Never heard of
Core.
it.
I haven't either.
Okay, 2 more.
Hmm.
Okay, we've already done this one. Okay. Ooh, interesting art style.
This is
looks like
WarioWare.
This looks like a DS game. I'm actually okay with. I don't think WarioWare's ever this 2D, but touched.
There you go.
Ooh, okay. There's a tower there. 80%.
That art style looks familiar.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like maybe Scribble Knots. Although I think that's 2D. Oh.
Wii Sports 2?
Is it just Wii Sports? Wii Sports Resort?
Or Wii Sports Resort? I feel like it's Resort.
Oh,
No?
It's Wii Fit.
Wii Fit.
Okay. Yep.
I wonder what gave that away.
Yeah, I definitely remember playing this mini game. I just thought it was in a Wii Sports, not a Wii Fit.
Yeah. I mean, in your defense, it kind of is Wii Sports.
That's true.
Just within Wii Fit.
Yeah. Okay, let's try and get this last one. This is Metal Gear Solid.
There you go. That's not a bad first guess, actually.
3. Unless you have a bet. I haven't played them, so if you have a better guess on which one.
That's fine.
Ooh, 89% Amiset. Ah. Okay, it looks old.
Man.
It kind of looks like a 3D Final Fantasy, but it looks, I guess, older than that. The Sherlock Holmes. Darn. PS1.
Yes. What in the world is that?
Is this a Dino Crisis, maybe? I don't know what these are.
Yeah, shoot. I like that guess.
Are there more than one? Yeah, there are.
Bring back Dino Crisis.
Ooh, is this Resident
Or Survival.
Evil? Or House of the Dead?
I don't recognize it being Resident Evil. But I don't know. Maybe was House of the Dead on PS1?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I mean, I know it was an arcade game.
You want to do a Resident Evil or?
I mean, you can. I just don't recognize it. But I mean, shoot, might as well try it.
Ooh, it is a Resident Evil.
Oh, is this Resident Evil 3? Try 3.
3. No.
Nope. No.
2?
Oh, is this Resident Evil 0 maybe?
All right, last try.
Oh, God, I don't know if it's 2. Oh, my God, it was 2. I guess that makes sense because that first was probably the door to the police station.
Interesting. Let's try and get one more right real quick.
Yeah, man, I'm pissed myself for that. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's your series. This is Darksiders.
There you go.
It's got that weird bloom that I kind of feel like Darksiders has. 93%. We got wires here. This guy looks like a Gears of War build, but I don't think it's Gears of War.
This looks like, is this Resident Evil 5? It looks like Chris from Resident Evil 5.
Oh, that would be funny.
What? But there's no way they do 2 Resident Evils back to back.
Oh, Xbox
This is Gears of
360.
War.
It is Gears 3.
Yeah. Gears, maybe, or yeah, screw it, just try.
Could be 2.
No, is this 1?
Is it? Did they have
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I thought you got the Dawn.
It was
wasn't
2.
1. Oh,
Yeah, I remember this in 2 and 3. I don't think it was in 1. The things look different. Okay, finishing it off with Gears of War.
I mean, we would have
I-
gotten that eventually.
I don't remember the lasers,
I don't remember lasers either.
but I almost guessed Gears of War here.
Oh. I'm mad at the freaking Resident Evil 1. Oh.
Yeah. We got the right series.
I should have had that.
Let's see. Play previous days. So we missed the first one. This one was a little tough. So we got Balatro, Middle Earth, Shadow of War. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was a tough one. Oh, we almost got Drakengard. We almost got.
Yeah, we should. I should have gotten to Resident Evil.
Yeah.
1.
We missed Cobalt Core, which we've never.
We should have gotten this one. They freaking gave it us near, but
yeah, that's true.
Drakengard.
Yep. Yeah, and Resident Evil. So there were 2 we were in the right series and just couldn't find it. Oh, that sucks. But that was fun.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah.
For some reason it shut off. Stopped for a minute. Yeah.
That was fun. That was a tough one, but
That was a rough one.
yeah, 6. We normally our average is 7. Yeah, that's true. We took a week off.
We took a week off, it should be 7. I should have gotten the Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, well, it should be 8 because we kind of got the near one too.
That's true. So we got 8 out of 10.
There we go. 8 out of 11. I think we did an extra one.
Oh, okay. 8 out of 11.
Or 8 out of 8.
Yeah, there you go.
In the edit, I'll just cut out the ones we don't get right.
8 out of 8, man. Perfect 8 out of 8.
All right. Well, we're at 2 hours. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Maybe just the Nintendo stuff.
Oh yeah. Did you ever get a? Oh man, I had the spoiler alert up for all that. That'll be fun to play around in the edit.
Oh, you did? You had this.
Yeah.
I saw your screen.
Yeah, it wasn't on my screen. It was on the OBS. But yeah. So I pre-ordered the Switch.
Where'd you pre-order through again?
Best Buy. The Switch 2.
Best Buy.
Yeah.
No, I was not. But I also haven't been actively. I didn't actively try.
Yeah. I was just up because it started at 12 Eastern. I was up at 9:30. I'm like, I wonder if the pre-orders are going. And I checked Best Buy and it wasn't going yet. And then I refreshed it and it was going. I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a try. I clicked it. It put me in line and I waited for an hour and then it finally let me through.
Dang, check you out. All pre-ordered. June 5th, you'll get it right away. Are you doing pickup or shipping or what?
Pickup, yep. So I'm probably going to take that day and that Friday off and just pick it up, play Mario Kart, maybe whatever else is out.
Did you get the bundle or the not bundle?
Yeah, the bundle.
You did get the bundle, okay.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'm jealous. Yep. I don't. Who knows if I'll be able to. I don't know. Get it?
Yeah. But they might come back in stock for pre-orders and stuff.
I did initially sign up for that Nintendo interest thing where you put in your put in your Nintendo account. And
okay. Yeah.
They'll send you an email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on how much you the criteria was you had to play a certain amount of hours and have online for over a year. I met the criteria, so hopefully,
nice. Yeah.
they're not starting to send that out to like May 8th or something.
Okay,
But,
so you still have a chance.
Yeah, but if I'm being honest, like I don't know, maybe it's like the pricing that turned me off. But if I can't get it right away, it's like not the end of the world to me.
Yeah, it'll come back in stock. Yeah,
yeah. Like the pricing for the system doesn't bother me, but like
the games,
$80 games and stuff, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
I don't know about that. But that being said, the games look awesome, and I'm actually excited for Donkey Kong.
That's what I'm most excited for. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's not coming out.
Of course,
right
it doesn't
away,
come out until like no, it's like in July, I think.
Okay,
it comes out.
That's one I'll want to get for sure. It looks good.
Yeah, that looks fun, and then obviously Mario Kart is Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Are you gonna try a lot of like upgrade, like older games that like have an upgrade, or no?
I might. It's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild, so I might. Yeah, it's like $10 or something, 10 or 20, I forget.
Yeah.
So I might try Breath of the Wild or something like that because I haven't played that one in a while.
Yeah.
I'm also really excited for the GameCube backwards compatibility because I love the GameCube.
Yeah, I know. And I can't. You have to have the Switch too. You know what game I hope they put in that. They haven't said anything, but I hope to God they put. Do you ever play Gauntlet Legacy? I think we've talked about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I hope that if they put that on the GameCube, like online, oh my God.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I used to be obsessed with that game. Yeah, God, I love that. So I am jealous, and I wanted to try to walk into like GameStop and grab it, but you know how people are.
Yeah,
there's
people lined
up there.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's my old age, or maybe honestly I think I just was lazy. I didn't feel like getting up at midnight.
Yeah. See, that's I love being on the west side of the US because I was just still awake. I'm like, I'll try it.
Oh, lucky. And then like you said, like the pre-order started then, but then like you get put in queues, or you're trying for an hour. So like I would have been up till like 1 or 2 in the morning. Yeah,
I was getting close. I'm like, if it hits 11, I might just go to bed. But then at like 10:45 or 10:30 or something, it got through.
Yeah. So now, are you going to get any of the accessories, or the Pro Controller, or the camera thing, or?
Probably not the camera. I might get the Pro Controller.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I probably won't get it right away. I'll see how the Joy-Cons are.
Now, what about when the wireless GameCube controller comes out? Are you going to try to get that? Have you seen that?
I might if Smash Bros comes out. Then I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be what I want it for.
I think I'm going to try to get that too, because a wireless like GameCube controller.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that it can only be used for the online GameCube and not for like regular Switch games.
That would suck.
I could, don't quote me on that, because I know with the plug-in GameCube controller you could use with any game.
Yeah, I use that sometimes.
Yeah, so like, but could you imagine? It's almost like a modern day like Wavebird.
Yeah, I know. I loved my Wavebird.
Oh, I loved it too. It was awesome.
That big bulky thing.
So what games were they releasing on the GameCube online right away? I know it was like Wind Waker.
Yeah, I saw
Fire Emblem.
They had upcoming some of the like Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. Let me see for Switch. Let's see. Here might be the. Oh, this might be the trailer.
They announced the ones that were coming right away, and then ones that were coming.
Soul Calibur, yeah, Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero.
Soul Calibur.
I think they show here which ones they have and which ones might be coming up.
That controller does look awesome.
Yeah, the controller looks nice.
I swear they did show. And there we go.
Sunshine, Fire Emblem, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, Chibi Robo, Mario Strike. That's not Strikers. That's Smash Football. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon Coliseum.
No Gauntlet listed there.
No Melee.
And I'm surprised no Twilight Princess listed there.
Yeah, I feel like they'll probably remake it or something if they don't put it on there.
No, man.
It's been a while since the remake.
Ocarina of Time, man.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
How Bethesda did with Oblivion, they need to do with Ocarina of Time, man.
Yes, that would be awesome.
You know how like that's like a system seller for people. If they like,
yep.
Why is I feel like I'm gonna go on a Nintendo rant, but why do I feel like sometimes Nintendo's stupid? Like they could do something that could make so much money and be a system seller, and they don't do it.
Yeah, especially for a brand new system. I know.
Like, could you imagine if they like came out with this direct and they like showed, you know, it's day one, Ocarina of Time remake, boom, it's coming. They showed that off.
Yeah.
Get it with the Switch.
The thing is,
they play
still,
4K.
I think they just don't have to. Because I mean, I still bought it.
I know. You're right. That's true.
Yeah, so it's probably our fault.
That's true. People complaining about prices, and everyone's still. What I find the funniest is like all these YouTubers I watch are all complaining. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But you know, I'm part of the industry that reviews things, so I got to get up.
Yep.
Of like, I thought you're complaining about it, but you're still going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to make it not change. And then like people like us complain about it, and if we don't get it, it doesn't matter because all the people that are complaining about it and make money off of the content
are still
buying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's be real. I mean, I'll get it eventually too.
Yeah, we're still getting it.
I will say I am not happy with the game prices. Like,
yeah, it sucks.
If I'm going to get it, it's going to be the bundle. I'm not paying $80 for Mario Kart.
Right. Yeah, that's why I got the bundle. That's pretty steep. So it ended up being like $50 with the bundle.
Yeah. And I'll do 70. And you know what's weird about the pricing for me is Nintendo is saying obviously they're playing around with like variable pricing depending on what they think the game is worth kind of thing. But then like you see Donkey Kong's come out for $70. So it's like, does that mean Donkey Kong's like not as
worth it?
Like rich content as like I don't know. The variable pricing is just weird to me. Like $80 Mario Kart is $80, but then you got Donkey Kong that's $70. So why? So did they not put as much work and people into Donkey Kong then?
Yeah, and does it not have as much content? Or that's interesting.
Because I'm fine with $70. I think what makes me mad is Nintendo really skipped to $70. I mean, they did it with Tears of the Kingdom.
That's true, but they went from mostly from 60 to 80. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and people are saying like the next Grand Theft Auto is gonna be $100. I'm telling you now, dude. Sheesh. I will not pay $80 or more for a game. I'll stand by that. I really won't. Like, yeah, dude, $80. That's insane, dude.
I kind of wonder if they'll backtrack that eventually, but we'll see. Because I wonder.
The funny thing is, if Nintendo just did like 70, I feel like people wouldn't be complaining. Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean,
just $10
like
less.
Said,
like, eat the loss.
Some games are already doing 70, so.
Yeah, I also did read, and I don't know if this is true or not. Are the games not actually on the cartridge?
I saw some of the third-party games might not be, or something that it actually downloads it, or something. I don't know. I saw something about that, but I don't know if the Nintendo ones are or not. I'm probably
because I was reading like the key cards or something, but I was also reading it's not one of those where like a code where you can only download once. It's kind of like a like a disc you get on Xbox or something where you kind of have to install it anyways.
Could be, yeah.
It's like you could still let friends borrow it and stuff. It's just it requires an install.
Interesting, yeah.
But I thought the whole cool thing of the Switch is you could just plug it in and play.
Yeah, that is nice.
I don't know. I am excited for the Switch too, and I will try to get it, but I think I'm going to try to wait and just see with the Nintendo like email thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even if it runs a little past opening day, I'm fine with it because I'm really most excited for Donkey Kong anyways.
Yeah. I'm excited. That's what I'm most excited for.
But I did want to get it day one so we could talk about it too. That's why I was like,
yeah, at least one of us has it, so we'll...
Yeah.
Maybe you'll just have to come out here.
Yeah, I know. Right? Fly all the way out there for the launch.
That'd be awesome. We have a guest room.
There you go. Get it ready.
I'm definitely taking those days off.
Well, I bet you are.
Yep.
I just really wish they were releasing Donkey Kong day one too, because to me, Donkey Kong's more of a system seller than Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart.
I love Mario Kart too, but yeah, it's not going to be that different from 8. Like Donkey Kong looks totally new for a Donkey Kong game.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's running off the same engine as Mario Odyssey, right? Like it looks very similar.
Yeah, it does look similar.
I wonder if the same team made it. I wonder if that means, where is the 3D Mario, man? It's been 8 years or something?
It's been a long time. Give me Odyssey 2.
I know. What? I wonder what's going on with. See, Nintendo. Why is Nintendo weird, man?
I don't know. If they give me another game with as much stuff as Odyssey, then take as long as you need, I guess.
I know. It's just there's been two Zelda games on the system. Well, more, but I'm talking mainline Zelda games.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's odd. There's been 2 Fire Emblem games on here.
Yeah.
They've re-released trying to think of other. There's been multiple games. Obviously, Pokemon every year, whatever.
Xenoblade.
Yeah, this is the Xenoblade machine now. People are calling it. As all of them on there. So where's Mario?
Give us Mario.
I know.
He's too busy driving.
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong they're hoping that will fill the void for a little while, because it looks kind of similar style. But no, I'm excited. I'll try to get it too for day one. Like I said, if the Nintendo interest thing email, they send it out in May, or shoot, even if I randomly click on Target or Walmart or something on the app, maybe they have random restocks or something.
Yeah. That could be.
Either or, you'll have one, so you can talk about it when it comes out.
Yep. I'll be playing it a lot that weekend.
Oh yeah. I'll be jealous. Hopefully playing too. Yeah, and if I do play, we'll have to play some Mario Kart online.
For sure, yeah.
Speaking of which, last thing before we go, we do gotta finish Split Fiction, by the way, at one of these points.
Yes.
I was thinking about that the other day.
I know, I did think about that too. Maybe next weekend.
Yeah, one of these. Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah, maybe next Saturday or something.
I don't think we have that much. I think we're about halfway. So
yeah, one or two good sessions. We'll finish it up, because that game is fun.
It was a blast. Yeah. So I've just been busy, sick, or holidays, or busyness. So.
Been a lot. Yep.
Sweet. Right. I think that's all I have. I know we've gone over. So
yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will talk to you again next week.
Peace.